Here I find myself again, time traveling only in my head. From the past to future play, more change, yeah.
Well, hello. It's good to see you. Yet another day off Friday. So what am I doing? I'm using my time productively. I'm on the bike. My life on two wheels. Topic du jour is pain. I didn't want that to sound so dramatic. Pain. Yeah, so what kind of pain am I talking about? And is it really pain? And what's your threshold? So, I've been running quite a bit of late, mostly due to summer vacation time and trying to utilize all that for getting as much rides in as I can. Notice this week I've got a bit of pain in my left knee, actually on top of the left knee. Muscle related, it's not really pain, it's more discomfort. So I'm out today. I took yesterday off the bike, smart thing to do, resting it. I'm out today just really trying to see what my pain threshold is. I don't want to make it any worse. So I guess the other topic du jour that we should talk about is stretching. Do I stretch? Hell no. I'm more of a reactive stretcher than a proactive stretcher, which is probably the worst kind of stretcher to be. But I don't think I'm alone. I think the majority of you are reactive stretchers. So let's dig into that a little bit. Yeah, so obviously proactive stretching involves planning ahead, doing it, you know, in a regular cadence. And I think it's actually the smart thing to do. Versus what I do is wait till something's wrong, react, and deal with it. So up until a couple of days ago, I can't recall the last time I did just a basic quad stretch. I don't know what's wrong with me. So I go into Google, the all-knowing, and I punch in cyclist knee pain. Worst thing to do. Runs the gamut, obviously, from chronic monkeypox to minor muscle strain. And then you just pick your poison, right? What do you want to deal with more? Like my doctor says, there's some good information on the internet vis-a-vis medical issues, but you just need to know where to go and look for it. And I don't. Anyways, it looks like either I'm pushing too big a gear and I've strained a larger muscle, which is pulling on the muscle that goes over the kneecap. There's a medical term for it. You could Google it, or you could put it in the comments below. I've had medical issues or muscle issues in the past. I blew out my IT band once running. That sucked. And of course, I didn't really do any stretching. I sure did some stretching after that. And I'm doing some stretching now to try and deal with it. So I'm, 17K into the ride. And it's a little niggly issue right now. I'm going to probably shorten the ride a little bit today. I don't want to make it any worse. I could do a full loop of the Gatineau Park, sure. But I probably won't be able to ride tomorrow. And I want to ride tomorrow with Linda. Yeah. So how much pain, niggling pain, can you withstand before it really starts to impact your fun? And the other issue is, why is it always on one side of the body? You know, it's always my left side that hurts. I don't know why. I should probably Google that. The other thing to consider with knee pain, muscle strains, and I'm speaking to cyclists here, and something I've never done is a bike fit. You know, I've bought new bikes and I've had them fitted to me. Was it a scientific process? No, not really. How does that feel? Good? You're done, bro. Out the door. So I haven't had a professional bike fit. I do flip-flop between bikes. You've seen my bikes. I go from the Scott to the number 22 to the Felt. And I also have different cleats. I run Kios, I run Dura-Ace, and I run SPDs. I run different shoes with different cleats. I usually use the newer S-Fires, but I have an older pair of S-Fires using the Kio cleats. But I have some Duros, and I have some Diodoras, and I have some Cities. So, you know, got to factor all of that into the equation as well. Does that impact your muscles? Does that impact your placement on the bike? Of course it does. Of course it does. So some lessons here. First of all, I need to stretch more. And I also need to look at my cleat placement and my placement on these bikes. Maybe a little bit closer. Preventative, proactive. Just decided to try a different route. Yeah, I'm cutting it short, but not to get all mappy, but normally I go left at the bottom of this hill. I've never been right. Now I've driven up here before. Where am I exactly? I think this is called Kingsmere, and the parking lot. And behind me is P7. So there's a bit of a grippy climb up here. I kind of knew about it. I've always known about it. I've driven up here, but when you're driving, you don't really pay attention too much to the climbs. It's about 9-10% for about 500 meters. Grippy, I tell you. But you know the best part about those grippy climbs is you turn around and you zip down them. My bike ride took a bit of a detour. I stopped to talk to some mountain bikers. I don't do that very often. I used to be a mountain biker. Anyways, the reason I stopped to talk to them is they were riding e-mountain bikes. And I know someone who's interested in that technology. So I wanted to get their 2 cents on what they thought about their mountain e-bikes. Long story short, they love them. Love them. Pricey. Very, very pricey. But what bike isn't pricey these days? With a motor or without a motor? Yeah, so a couple of days have passed, and I know you're wondering how the knee is. Skipping riding today, skipping riding tomorrow. Skipping riding today because it is
10,000 degrees.
Not officially, but sitting here, it certainly feels like 10,000 degrees. It's very hot today, so we're going to skip it. Also, it's a good excuse to give the knee a bit of a rest. And skipping tomorrow because we're getting
400 millimeters of rain.
We're getting some rain tomorrow. Apparently, it's going to be biblical. So, yeah, I think it's a pretty good idea. A couple of days off the bike. The knee is still a little tender. Haven't quite figured it out because I'm not a doctor or a physio. But yeah, we'll do some stretching.
And it will be fun.
Yeah, I'll update you next weekend as to the progress of the kneecap strain. We're going to go for a walk. If you don't hear from us ever again, please send out a watering party. We're heading towards the Lansdowne Market. We're going to get some supplies, and hopefully we'll make it back. We will regroup. Have a great week. I'll see you next weekend.